أكبر الله أكبر.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to this series of Friday sermon discussions brought to you by Majlis Quran Ahmadiyya UK Tarbiyat Department on the Friday sermons delivered by Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen Edat bin Nasr Aziz. In this week's Friday sermon, Hazur Edat bin Nasr Aziz continued on the series of the companions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and specifically started to the life of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was the second of the rightly guided caliphs. Hazur mentioned that Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu's father was named Khattab bin Nufail and his mother was named Hatama bint Hashim. Hazur also mentioned various narrations regarding Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu's date of birth. Now over to Tahir Khalid Sahab, who will give us some further insight into this sermon.
So, like we've just heard in this week's Friday sermon, Azuri Anwar Edat bin Nasr Aziz spoke about Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, and of course the beginning of this, as this is the beginning of his account of his life, it was mainly on the background and of course his acceptance of Islam, which is a very great subject because Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, before accepting Islam, he was a well-respectable, renowned, one of the chiefs of the tribes of the Quraysh, one of the very respectable people, held a lot of authority, held an office. So his acceptance of Islam is in a way something which really changed the way the Muslims were able to do tabligh and preach the oneness of God. So Hazur Edat bin Nasr Aziz spoke about, and of course there are many different narrations which talk about his acceptance of Islam. One of those, we know that on, for example, when it comes to his acceptance of Islam, one of the main stories and narrations that we really, which we believe in, and quite frankly, we understand to be one of the most acceptable and accepted narrations with regards to his acceptance, the most prominent one was when Hazrat Umar was on his way to kill the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That's how much of a staunch enemy he was. He was on his way to kill the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That on the way, one person told him, where he saw him traveling with his sword, and he asked, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to kill the Holy Prophet ﷺ." And he said, "Before you go there, you should go to your sister's house, because they've also accepted Islam." So he went to his sister's house, and going in, when he stepped inside, he heard the recitation of the Holy Quran happening by the brother-in-law. And when he came in and he saw that, look, they've accepted Islam, they're reciting the Holy Quran, he got extremely angry, and he started beating up the brother-in-law. And when he was punching him, the sister of Hazrat Umar, the wife, got involved, and one of the blows, one of the punches actually hit his sister, his very own sister. And when she saw that she had been hurt and she was bleeding, Hazrat Umar, he calmed down, and his temper kind of subsided. And he was a bit apologetic, and then he said, "Okay, show me those pages that you were reciting." And they were from Surah Taha, which is all Edat bin Nasr Aziz narrated. So from Surah Taha, these verses were then recited. And then, but actually before they were recited, his sister said that you should first perform ablution. And Hazur actually mentioned this in a few months ago in another narration with regards to this actual incident, that the reason why she told him to perform ablution was because by performing the ablution, his anger would finish. And this was the case, that when he performed his ablution, his anger had completely subsided, and he was able to then listen to the verses of the Holy Quran. And after he listened to the recitation, he left and he went to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And when he went to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the companions that were surrounding this place that the Holy Prophet ﷺ was staying in, they asked him, "Why are you here?" And he said that, "I'm here to accept Islam. And the companion said that, look, Umar, if you are here for any other intention, anything else, then we will kill you. And then the Holy Prophet ﷺ came out in this time, and he said that I have come to accept Islam. And all of the companions, they started shouting Allahu Akbar and Narai Takbir from that joy, because, like I mentioned, Hazrat Umar was one of the chiefs of the tribe of Quraysh. And him accepting Islam, such a prominent figure to accept Islam, meant that they were now able to promote the message of Islam fearlessly, openly, to everyone, because they had a chief of the tribes of Quraysh with them. And this was exactly what the Holy Prophet ﷺ had actually prayed for. And in another narration, which was all mentioned, was that when Hazrat Umar accepted Islam, the angel Gabriel came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. This is in another narration, and said that the heavens were pleased upon the acceptance of Hazrat Umar, him accepting Islam. So alongside this, many other narrations were mentioned, which of course were on the Hazrat Umar's acceptance of Islam, which for us as Muslims holds great importance, because, as I mentioned, this was one of the foundations for them to now openly preach and spread the message of Allah the Almighty, which before him they weren't able to do so. So, of course, with the continuation of these accounts, we'll be able to see how much of a prominent figure Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu anhu was. And inshallah, in the next sermons, we'll be able to listen to more account of the life of Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu anhu.
Inshallah. And we are all looking forward to those Friday sermons where we will be able to hear these various recounts on the life of Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu anhu. Jazakallah to yourself, Tahir Sahib. To end this discussion program, we will hear a narration from the Friday sermon itself, where Hazur mentions some funeral prayers in absentia.
باقی انشاءاللہ آئندہ بیان کروں گا اس بارے میں. اس وقت میں چند مرحومین کا ذکر کرنا چاہتا ہوں جن کا جنازہ پڑھاؤں گا. اس میں پہلے ہیں احمد محمد عثمان شبوتی صاحب، جو محمد عثمان شبوتی صاحب آف یمن کے بیٹے تھے. 9 اپریل 2021 کو 87 سال کی عمر میں مصر میں ان کی وفات ہو گئی. انا للہ و انا الیہ راجعون. اگلا ذکر ہے محمد سلیم صابر صاحب کا، جو کارکن تھے نظارت امور عامہ کے. 27 مارچ کو 77 سال کی عمر میں ان کی وفات ہوئی. انا للہ و انا الیہ راجعون. سلیم صابر صاحب کے خاندان میں احمدیت ان کے والد حضرت میاں نور محمد صاحب صحابی حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ السلام کے ذریعے آئی تھی. ان کے والد قادیان کے قریب ونجواں نامی گاؤں کے رہنے والے تھے، اور انہوں نے 1903 میں خود قادیان جا کر حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ السلام کے ہاتھ پر بیعت کی تھی. 19 مئی 1962 سے صدر احمدیہ میں ان کا تقرر ہوا. اس کے بعد 1968 میں دیوان سے دفتر پرائیویٹ سیکرٹری میں ان کی ٹرانسفر ہو گئی. خود مسیح ثالث نے ان کو خود منتخب کیا اپنے دفتر کے لیے. پھر 87 سے لے کے 6 تک محتسب رہے امور عامہ میں. ان کا عرصہ خدمت بھی تقریباً 59 سال بنتا ہے. مرحوم موسی تھے. ان کے بھتیجے اور داماد کہتے ہیں کہ تہجد کے عادی تھے. نمازوں میں عموماً اور تہجد میں خصوصاً اتنی دیر سے دعائیں کرتے تھے کہ انسان جو ساتھ بیٹھا تھا اس کا بھی دل پگھل جاتا تھا. نئی نسل کو باقاعدگی سے خلیفہ وقت کی اطاعت کا درس دینے والے، اپنے دفتری اوقات کے علاوہ بھی دفتر کو وقت دینے والے، جماعت کے کسی بھی فرد کے دکھ کو اپنا سمجھنے والے، لوگوں کی مشکلات کو اپنی مشکلات سمجھنے والے، اور لوگوں کے مسائل کو خلیفہ وقت کی اطاعت اور جماعت کی اطاعت کو سامنے رکھ کر حل کرنے والے، ہر لمحہ درود شریف کا ورد کرنے والے، خاموشی سے غربا کی مدد کرنے والے، بے شمار خوبیوں کے مالک تھے. اللہ تعالیٰ ان سب مرحومین سے مغفرت و رحم کا سلوک فرمائے، درجات بلند فرمائے.